Hello
Perfect.
and welcome to that Eurovision site's YouTube channel. My name is Jazzy and I am here with next in line who will be competing in Eurosong 2024 on January 26th with their song Love Like Us. So guys, I just want to start things off by asking you to introduce yourselves.
Well, at the moment, there's only three of the five here. So my name is Connor D.
I'm Harry. I'm Joshua.
Unfortunately, Connor O and Nung aren't available, but unfortunately, you're stuck with the three of us. I'm afraid.
Okay.
There are three-fifths of next.
3/5 or 60% of next.
60% is
yeah.
So before we continue, let's just do a quick icebreaker by just asking if there is one thing about yourselves as a band that not many people would know.
Ooh. I suppose one thing that a lot of people probably wouldn't know is that
Songwriting.
yeah, I think we are actually like we have a love of music itself. Like we love to write songs, we love to play instruments. We're much less of a conventional kind of boy band than most people seem to think. Like we all play instruments, we all write songs in our spare time. Like I know there's this kind of preconceived idea about boy bands that they all just like two of them sing and none of them play instruments and they all just kind of stand there for the image. But we're kind of trying to move away from that as much as we can. But that would be one thing.
Yeah,
I think people would probably not know about us. I think.
Yeah, they just see like a polished picture or something.
Yeah,
they wouldn't see anything behind that. So
exactly. Do you guys want to say one?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, I think our first song that's about to come out. I don't know when this episode will be out, but tomorrow the song comes out tomorrow. Love Like Us. We co-wrote that with songwriter and producer. So that's something and we played instruments on it also. So we're very proud of that. Which is something that people probably wouldn't have thought. But yeah.
Tomorrow being January 19th. So if you're watching this after, you can stream it now if you want to go do that. All major streaming platforms.
For international fans, this will be the first time that they will get to know you. Could you please tell us a little bit about yourselves as a band and how it all came together?
Yeah, so we got put together about a year and a half ago, nearly 2 years, through an audition process. It went from about 1,000 people down to around 200, down to 25, and then somehow we ended up getting in. I don't know how.
Us.
Yeah. We got in by luck. And yeah, I think before even the music or anything started, we were put together and we were living together for a little bit back and forth to London, and we kind of just got really close as friends first, which I think is really important. Rather than just being this kind of like manufactured thing, and we don't like each other. Like we absolutely love each other most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
But yeah, so I think that's how we were put together, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So moving on to Eurosong 2024, can I just start off by asking what made you want to participate in the Irish Eurovision selection this year?
I think, what's funny is like we really do have a love of Eurovision. And that's one thing that we've been really trying to emphasize to anyone who'll listen, because for some reason, again, there's this kind of weird misconception among some people that we have no interest in it and that we're only doing this for the sake of it. Like we grew up watching Eurovision every single year. It was like, be it viewing parties with our families, with our friends. And even now, like there's some Eurovision songs, Irish Eurovision songs that are part of pop culture. Like We've Got the World by Mickey Joe Hart. You can't go out anywhere in Ireland without hearing that in a nightclub. Or like Lipstick by Jedward is like they're songs that people know because they were in the Eurovision, and that's what we've grown up with.
Exactly.
So like the song Love Like Us, we've had it for nearly a year. Like we wrote it in February of last year, and we kept asking to release it, and then we kept asking us to wait. We didn't really know why. And then once we heard that the opportunity to do the Eurosong was going to be even possible, we were like 110%. We want to do that. So we've been sitting on this news since then, really. But it's a dream come true for us to even be in this consideration, But yeah, that would be where we're coming from, I suppose. Yeah.
So moving on to Love Like Us, because that's the song you will be participating with. How do you want the audience to feel when they are listening to it, and what message are you wanting to send with this song?
Yeah, well, the main kind of meaning behind the song is like all about unconditional love and how how much you love or how much you feel towards somebody that's really important to you. And when people listen to this, it's not necessarily like people who are in relationships, can also be platonically as well. Maybe it's just somebody significant in your life.
Could be a dog.
Yeah, could be a
could
dog,
be anyone. You know, could be anything.
But it's really subjective to the person. Like there's no direct meaning that we're going for. You know, just want to make music that everybody can kind of reside in or kind of feel towards. So that's kind of the main goal that we're trying to go for while writing the song.
So when I'm recording this, the show is about a week away. How are the preparations for that going?
Yeah, they're going really good. You know, we've just been working away, like we've just been practicing singing the song and trying to get you know, our stage presence right and everything like that. And yeah, I think the main thing is getting mentally right for we've been obviously promoting our song all over the place, so that's been you know, we've been busy with that. And then also we've been doing a good few interviews, and we were, you know, picking outfits and stuff for the Late Late Show, so we're trying to have the right look, you know, the right look for not a conventional boy band look, but we're trying to, you know, we're trying to look good, we're trying to look like young, energetic, like Eurovision outfit, if that makes sense. So yeah.
So if you were to go on to win Eurosong 2024, how much would that mean to you guys?
Well, it would be a dream come true, because like what we've said all along, to represent your country in anything, whether it's sport or any sort of music or anything at all, it's a dream come true. It's what you strive for in any given industry, and for us to have the chance to do that and something that actually means a lot to us as it is, like the Eurovision, it would, and I know people say this, but it would mean the world. It would be the absolute epitome of the dream come true. So yeah, I don't even think we can put into words how honoured we would be if we were given that opportunity by the Irish public and the international panels and stuff. I don't know how that works, but if we got there, you know what I mean, it would be a huge honour.
So you've already mentioned that you have a bit of a love for Eurovision. Do you guys have any like favourite memories from the contest? Like any favourite entries? It doesn't have to be from Ireland, but it can be.
For me, I'm gonna say I really liked you like this one as well. You know, Arcade by Duncan Lawrence. Yeah. I really like that song. That went as soon as I heard that song on the night, it went straight into my playlist. And then also obviously last year, like Tattoo by Lorraine, obviously that has to be, you know, up there as well.
Heroes by Manzelmer.
Oh yeah.
That song, like we are the heroes of it. Yeah, that is just that's an incredible song. Like that was again another one where as soon as you heard it, straight into every playlist you have.
And even like the you know, the performance on the night for that song when he had the interactive background with the kid. That was amazing. That was amazing. And that kind of something that always has stuck with me about Eurovision.
So you guys have only been together for a short amount of time. I think I read September 2022, if I'm correct on that. Have you guys got any advice for anyone like yourselves who's quite young, just wanting to start off in the music industry?
Do you want to take this one? I'll take this one. I think the one thing that we would definitely say is when you start out in something like this, there will be people who tell you not to bother, or people who try to put you down because of what you're doing. Like even at the moment when we put out the song, there's a large amount of people who are telling us that we have no talent and that we shouldn't bother and that we shouldn't represent Ireland or anything. But it's something that you really have to be sure of yourself, and like don't let people put you down, because clearly if they're trying to say that you're doing something right to get their attention in the first place, definitely don't listen to people who try and tell you can't do it, because otherwise you won't get anywhere with it, you know. That would be definitely something that we've, especially with us being a boy band as well, I suppose there's more of that, like it kind of comes with the territory, but that would definitely be the overall message.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's like, it's not a usual career that you'd go for, so just in that you're like kind of the lone sheep in the herd trying to go for something that not much people can do. So that in itself is very brave of a move to do. So you got to put that into account as well. As long as it's your passion, just keep at it and block all that noise.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, do you guys have any like musical inspirations that inspire the sound of your music, or any musicians that you guys look up to?
Well, like I think in terms of what inspired our music, I'm gonna have to say the Jonas Brothers, obviously of course One Direction, and then who else would you say?
Like bands like Coldplay as well. The way that you know, one thing that we were really flattered about is when people heard Love Like Us, a couple of people said that it reminded them of like one of those big Coldplay anthemic songs, which is obviously an incredible compliment to get.
And as well, for personal inspirations for me would be, I like Harry Styles a lot, and then like artists like Frank Ocean and SZA as well, like, and yeah, I think the rest of us. You have a few different ones.
Yeah, well, my favorite artist is Green Day, the band. So not very boy band, but still. But aside from that, like artists like George Ezra, Ed Sheeran, all these people, just incredible songwriters. Even the likes of Taylor Swift, you know, like she writes really, really good songs. And so people like that, you kind of idolize, you know.
Yeah. For me, would be like Bruno Mars or Adele, like really powerhouse kind of ballads or songs in general. Yeah, that's for me. A lot of the artists, the boys have already said.
So what is the one thing that you will take like from participating in Eurosong 2024 that you will take like with you going forward in your careers? Like, what have you learned anything or?
That's a great question, actually. I think so far the main thing is dealing with people talking online. I think that's something we're definitely going to take, you know, experience from, because this is our first time dealing with that on such a big scale. Obviously, when we started first as a band, we were getting a little bit of online comments, but nothing compared to what we're getting now. People, whether it's good or bad, it's definitely something to try and get used to. And as well, just even you know, being on stage and stuff, that would be, and rehearsing and stuff, that's something we'll definitely try to get used to.
Yeah. Sure.
So this is the end of this interview. Thank you for the opportunity for speaking with me, and good luck for Eurosong in 2020. Is there anything you would like to say to the international viewers over at that Eurovision site?
The main thing that we would say is that, I don't know, I think, what would we say?
I would say
check out our song.
Check out the song, yeah,
check out our song first of all, and as well, I think people have a lot of you know, ideas before they even know us about us. They're like, oh, boy band, Louis, they wrote us off straight away. I would say give us a chance, listen to our songs, learn some more about us before you comment about us and stuff like that. And yeah, don't write us off just yet.
I would say as well, don't write off. I think a lot of people are saying that Ireland shouldn't send a boy band, but we've never actually sent a boy band to Eurovision before.
Yeah.
So I'd say in that sense as well, give us a chance. You know what I mean? Because obviously Sweden, it being held in Malmö, acts like ABBA have come from there, Cheer Studios in Stockholm, Max Martin wrote all the big boy band hits of the 90s and 2000s. You know, Sweden is fundamentally one of the homes of pop music in the world. So especially with the boy band thing as well. So yeah, kind of just bear that in mind. Like, I don't really know how else to phrase.
Enjoy your performance. We're gonna have as much fun on stage as we possibly can, and we hope that people can see that. And so that's what we do.
Yeah, if you have enjoyed this interview, please hit a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be notified whenever we have another new interview come out. Also, be sure to check out our written article for this interview over at that Eurovision site. Also, be sure to follow us on all social media at that Euro site on Twitter, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok, Tumblr, and Instagram. Also, be sure to check out the podcast over at that Eurovision site on all streaming sites. And all that's left for me to say is bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.